obviously, if you're a mom of 1, 2, 5, however many, you know how essential caffeine is. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my 0 to 3 month must-have essentials as a mom of 2 under 2. I believe that this list is very minimalistic. Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, hi, my name is Angela. I'm a mom of 2 beautiful babes, and I just want to say I am so happy that you found this video. I am here to share my home, heart, and faith with you guys. As a mom of 2 under 2, it was very busy on the go. My toddler and my newest baby are only 13 months apart, but if you are new here, I just want to say welcome, and I really hope that you find this to be beneficial for you. I hope it helps you in your new adventure of being a mom. If it does, make sure you subscribe to my channel. We're just gonna get into it. In this video, I have everything set up in different categories just to kind of help make it easy for you. I will have the categories timestamped below. So we're gonna start in the living room. And the very first thing that I would say is a must-have that you need in your living room, especially if you have a house that has multiple levels. I live in a ranch and I still had a diaper caddy set up in my living room. If you are interested in seeing what exactly I had kept in here, I will link a video right up here. I have a video for you guys sharing all of the things that I kept in our diaper caddy. This one I just found off of Amazon. I will have everything linked below that I can for you guys as well. You don't have to have a specific diaper caddy. You could literally just have a basket of the things that you need, but being that I am a mom of 2 under 2, 2 different diapers, 2 different clothings, all of that fun stuff, it was much easier to have different sections for that. The next thing on my list that I think is super essential for you to have as a mom would be somewhere for your baby to sleep in the living room. If you are comfortable, lying them down on the couch is totally acceptable. If you do lie them on the couch, you just want to make sure you're not going too far away, because even as a brand new little baby, they could potentially roll off the couch, so you always want to keep that in the back of your mind. Personally, it hasn't happened to me, but I have heard from other people that it does happen. We used a pack and play in the living room. My toddler was obsessed with her baby brother, and it was the only way I could get him to sleep safely in the living room without her trying to smother him with love. That being said, the next thing that I have as an essential for the living room is some type of baby monitor. I have 2 different kinds. The Motorola one that we have for my daughter, we received as a gift from her baby shower. And then when my son was born, we just purchased this security camera. People use them a lot for their dogs. It was only like $30 on Amazon, and honestly, I prefer it. I can easily access it on my phone when I need to. The monitor was supposed to connect to our phones, but it never worked out well. And the actual monitor that came with it to check on her takes forever to turn on, and half the time it doesn't work. I would recommend getting something like this security camera that I had. It's just much easier to get to, and you could easily move it around. I could see my entire living room with that thing. It was great. But I liked having that because sometimes I would be taking Alea in the back to lie her down, or I would be in the back of the house doing cleaning, taking a shower, different things like that, and I could easily check on my son and make sure that he was still safe and sleeping and comfy in the pack and play. The next thing that I have on my list for an essential for your brand new baby that I think you should have in your living room is some kind of play mat. Yes, I put my children down on the floor on a play mat when they were first born. Once they hit about that 2-month mark, they kind of start to stay awake a little bit more, and it's so much fun just putting them down here, playing with different things. There is so many different kinds. This one Zeke loved because whenever you touched this guy, it would turn on and sing a little bit. And there's a rattler here. The other thing that I like about this playmat specifically was it came with this cool little thing here, and when he would do tummy time when he was littler, we would kind of prop him up on here, and that would just help get his head off the ground so he would enjoy tummy time a little more. So if you do have a little one that's struggling with tummy time, you could use a soft little pillow like this, or you could take some blankets and roll it up and you just lay them on it right there. Gives them a little extra to lift their heads up since they aren't that good at that yet. I think it's great to put them down and allow them to have floor time, tummy time, start using their muscles and keeping their eyes open and looking at different things. There are a bunch of different ones out there. If I can find this one, I will link it for you. I purchased that secondhand from a mom to mom sale. I am really big on budgeting and thrifting and all of that. So if that is something you are interested in as a new mom, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I share all of the fun budgeting, thrifting hacks that I have learned as a mom with you guys. The next little essential that I want to talk about here, I didn't specifically keep it in our living room, but I found out the hard way that a sound machine is a must-have. We found the love of sound machines because little toddlers don't know how to be quiet when their siblings are asleep. So this was great to drown out the noise while he was sleeping. While he was sleeping in the living room, I used this little guy a lot. You can set it up for an entire hour. It does a couple different sounds, but this is great for on the go and sleeping in other places that are not their bedrooms. For me specifically, I am not like super picky on them sleeping every single nap in their bed, doors closed, lights off, sound machine on, all of that. I do, when I am sleep training them, I do try to follow specific things. I will have an entire video coming out about that. So if you are excited, make sure you turn on the notifications when you subscribe so you do not miss that video when it comes out. But a nice travel sound machine is great. Truthfully, I never use this on the go. I always forget that I have it, and it's like almost always in my diaper bag, but I use it around the house a ton. Since I have this open, I'm going to talk about the diaper bag next because obviously you know that this is a must-have essential when you're a mom, but I wanted to share this nifty little one with you guys, and I wanted to thank Kia Babies for gifting me this diaper bag here. I absolutely love Kia Baby diaper bags. This is the one that I used before. It is great. I love the way that it opens. Before this diaper bag, we had like a diaper bag backpack type of one that zipped up like a normal backpack, and it was so impossible to get through everything. It was so annoying trying to find all of the stuff, and that was before I even had my son. I knew I wanted a new diaper bag when the second kid came around, so I found this at a mom to mom sale and I fell in love with it. It's got a specific pocket for like bottles and food. The inside opens up great. There's a ton of pockets in here. This one even has access from the back, so if you like buried diapers, for example, at the bottom, you could just open the back and pull out what you needed. I absolutely loved that feature. That was so awesome. This is their original diaper bag, so when they wanted to send me one, I went with their new Explorer diaper bag. It is very affordable as well. I will have a link for you guys below. If you'd like to purchase this diaper bag, the original diaper bag, or anything else that Kia Babies has, they have a ton of great options for parents. So if you are interested in checking them out, I will have the link below, but I wanted to just give a quick tour of this one. This has so many pockets as well. As you can see, the inside opens up great. You can get to everything so nice and easily. There's an extra pocket inside here. It also has the spot for food and diapers, and they're insulated too, which is a really nice feature to have. This one also has on the back a huge spot that opens up with the mat, and you could keep like the diapers in here if you wanted to, and it doesn't feel super heavy. Having everything that I need for 2 kids under 2 in the winter with this diaper bag and this diaper bag, there was still so much space left, and I never felt like burdened or weighed down by the diaper bag. So this is great because your diaper bag honestly is like your best friend when you are a mom. With that being said, we're going to jump into the kitchen category where I'm going to talk about all of the baby essential must-haves you will need in the kitchen for your little one. So there's a few different things I wanted to talk about in the kitchen, but before I get into it, I just wanted to let you guys know, with my second, I was exclusively breastfeeding for the first 3 months, so I did a lot of pumping. So if you are a breastfeeding mom, or if you're planning to breastfeed, you want to make sure you invest in a very good pump. Your insurance will cover one for you. You just have to go through your doctor's office to figure that out. But one thing I do suggest is a manual pump. I will be doing an entire video about breastfeeding and all those good tips. If you are excited for that, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. It should be coming out in the next few weeks here, but a hand pump honestly works so much better. I don't know what it is about the hand pump, but I always got so much more when I pumped with the hand pump. I had a few different ones that I will be discussing in that breastfeeding video. I pumped as often as I could to try to help build up my supply. The other thing you are going to want to have if you are a breastfeeding mom is some breastfeeding storage bags. You will also want to have a Haka or a milk saver. Literally, if you're a breastfeeding mom, these will be your besties because you just pop it on when the baby's feeding on the other side and it's catching milk that is coming out anyway that's leaking into your nursing pads. Seriously, the best thing ever. I got so much milk from this guy, absolute must have. But another thing you're gonna want to invest in is at least a bottle or two, just in case if you feel like you aren't producing enough, or if you're struggling with breastfeeding, or you just need a break because you just had a baby, you're still recovering, you're in that 4th trimester stage. It is totally okay if you feel burnt out with breastfeeding and you're like, I just need a break, I need this kid off of my boob, I just need to like sleep or shower or eat alone. Whatever the case may be, do not feel guilty giving your little one a bottle if you need to. I liked this one a lot. This was the only one that Ezekiel would really take because he was exclusively breastfed for so long. He didn't like any other ones, and this just seems more like a natural boob to him. So I would definitely invest in one of these. And obviously, if you're a mom of 1, 2, 5, however many, you know how essential caffeine is. So it's gotta be on the list here, and I'm throwing it in with the kitchen because you make your coffee in the kitchen, or you're like me and you go buy it. But coffee, tea, pop, wherever you get your caffeine from is gonna be super essential for you as a new mom. And the other thing I just wanted to say here, if you are planning to breastfeed or you're attempting to breastfeed, whatever the case may be, just know that fed is best. Do not let anyone shame you if you're feeding your child formula or breast milk out of a bottle. You are doing the best you can as a new mom, or as a mom of multiple, or whatever situation you are in. You are doing the best. You are the best for that baby. So just remember that. One last thing I'm going to throw in right here that I think is an absolute essential must-have that you need for your baby is this little rockabye bouncer type thing. I know there's so many different things out there for your little one to hang out in like this. There's swings, and there's like 27 different kinds of those. There's the Mamaroos, these bouncers, that bouncer, this thing, that thing. And honestly, I had a swing that I never used because it was too low to the ground. We had this bouncer, we had the Rock and Play, which I know is recalled and no longer available. We also had the Pack and Play and the bassinet. But the bouncer was my favorite because you could easily take it from room to room. You didn't have to unplug it and pick it up, and it was super light and easy to just pick it up, take it into the next room you need, put the baby in it. They're nice and safe. There's the nice little buckles and everything, and you can easily like rock the baby gently if you're trying to fold laundry or doing something like that. It was my favorite. I used it with both of my kids a ton. I used it with my nephews a ton when I helped babysit them. So it is definitely another essential must-have you're gonna wanna have for your little babe. The next category we're gonna talk about is the essentials that you will need for the bathroom. So let's go. So I just wanted to go over a few things in the bathroom that I think are essential for you as a mom. One thing is a little bathtub for your babe. That is great, especially if you're a mom of multiples and you're going to be bathing them at the same time. You can put that in the tub and kind of lay it sideways, and both of your kids will have plenty enough room. That way they're both safe. You can easily bathe them both real quickly if that is something you are interested in doing. If you have any other hacks of bathing 2 babies at a time, leave us a comment below. I would love to hear your guys' hacks on that, as well as any other mom reading this would love to see that as well. Another item that I believe everyone should have in their bathroom is grape water. I myself do not actually have any because my son is not allowed to take it. He has kidney issues, so unfortunately he can't take any, but it did wonders for my daughter. Whenever she was super fussy and gassy or had hiccups, we would give it to her and it just took it away like that. It was such a great purchase and I'm so grateful for it, and I honestly missed it a ton with my son. The other thing I wanted to mention to make sure you have is a good thermometer. I personally would suggest getting something like this, and you don't need to go crazy and pay a bunch of money. This one was only $20 and it works great. This one on the other hand was like $40, and if it's not cleaned perfectly, it won't read temperatures correctly. So sometimes I've taken my kids' temps and it tells me they're like 95 degrees, which I know is not true. So with ear thermometers, they have to be cleaned very, very well, and it's so hard to get in there. They're wiggling all around. Just go ahead and get yourself a nice little forehead thermometer. That way you can always check their temperatures and you don't have anything to worry about there. The next category I wanted to discuss is going to be all of the things I used in my bedroom for my little babe from ages 0 to 3. So let's go in there right now. So here we are in the bedroom, and the next few items that I wanted to share with you guys are a few must-haves that I feel you need in your bedroom to keep with you and your little babe, because you will be spending a lot of time in here sleeping. Depending on your comfortability, they may be in here until they're 3 months old, 6 months old, 9 months old, a year old, 18 months old, 2 years old, 5 years old. I'm just kidding. But honestly, the age range is anywhere from 3 months to about 18 months from what I have seen. So whatever you're comfortable with. Obviously you are going to have something for your child to be sleeping in, because you will be co-sleeping is a technical definition when you are sharing your bedroom with your baby. Unless you're putting your newborn in their own room, you are co-sleeping. That being said, we used the pack and play for my daughter, but because I knew we were going to be using the pack and play in the living room, we ended up buying a separate bassinet for my son. I will link the one that we used below. It was this one right here. I liked this one because you could zip down the sides and it was very easy to pull the baby out. If I ever have the option of purchasing another one, I will definitely be going with one that you can pull into the bed with your bassinet. I personally added one of these in. My son constantly was rolling as close as possible to me and his face would be like up against the net on there. So I would put this on there to keep him safe. This is like a knockoff of a DockATot. Again, this goes along with you and whatever you are comfortable with as a mom. You are going to do what's best for you in your situation. I was totally fine using this. I know some people are not, but I think this is a must-have, because not only can you use it in their bassinet if you want to, but if you're in your room doing things and you want to lay them down in your bed, you could put them in here and they're nice and cozy. If you wanted to start lying them down for naps in their crib, you could put this in there, and it's something they're used to. They're comfortable with it. I don't see anything wrong with it. So one of these little bad boys right here. We did sleep with Zeke in our bed sometimes, and he was always lying in this when he was in the bed with us. The other thing that I kept in here was, I really want to know if new moms even buy these anymore. Receiving blankets, I loved them. I know back in the day these were used to swaddle babies, but to be honest, when I tried it with both of my kids, they would break out. And these ones are a little small, so they didn't work very long. We did it occasionally with Alea, and then we found the love of swaddle sacks, whatever you want to call them. But I personally would use these as burp cloths. I've done that since my nephews were little, because you can throw it up and over and you cover the back of you as well, because sometimes they'll projectile over top of you. My son had bad acid reflux and he was throwing up so much. This was great because I could just move it around and I'd get through a lot more puke than this little thing right here. But I did keep burp cloths on hand as well. I usually had about 2 to 3 of each one of these with us because he did have such bad acid reflux and he was puking so much. At first I had a ton of these in our room. I also would use these as like a sheet for his bassinet, so I would just lie them down and tuck it in instead of purchasing separate sheets. But again, that's totally on you and your comfortability with anything, but I think that's a great option for that. So if you're a newer mom, please leave me a comment and let me know if receiving blankets are even a thing anymore. I honestly am so curious. I feel like such an old mom already. My kids aren't even 2. Speaking of sleep sacks, sleep swaddles, whatever you would like to call them, we had a ton of different ones. Ezekiel was a very fussy baby because of the acid reflux and everything. He just always wanted to be cuddled and held, so I tried a ton of different sleep sacks, swaddles. We tried the ones that velcroed his arm. Both of my kids absolutely hated having their arms tucked in like that. I know all the experts say that they love it, but I'm telling you, my kids fought getting put in it, and they would move and wiggle and fight until they broke out of it. So I found these, and I actually I'm in love with this, and I wish I found this when my daughter was little because we ended up just swaddling her with her arms out. This one is awesome because it gets very snug on them, and you can also unzip this so when they are a little bit bigger and they don't need to sleep with their arms tucked anymore, you can easily take them out and still use this. I used this with Zeke till he was about 4 months old. I also found this cool one that is sort of like a little star. I loved it because it kept their hands warm. We also used just regular ones like this when he got like 2 months older or so. He was small enough usually that his arms would stay tucked in, but this one was nice because I would notice his little hands would get cold occasionally at night. So I really liked this one as well. I bought all these secondhand from a mom-to-mom sale, but if I can find them, I will definitely link them for you. Now that it's winter and he's older, we just use little sacks like this. We have a few different kinds. Like I was saying, we tried a whole bunch of different ones, and those little Velcro ones never worked for us. The one hack that I learned that did work with those Velcro ones was mind-blowing when I figured it out. Instead of wrapping his arms in, I would just usually like loosely tuck it around his torso area. And then one time I was like, okay, he's really gassy, he's got a lot of reflux going on, maybe if I like tuck it super tight around his belly, it will help. So I like Velcroed his belly in nice and tight, and he slept really good. So that is a hack. If you have a baby that's super fussy and you've tried all these things and you can't get them to sleep, maybe you could try one of those Velcro ones and tuck it nice and tight around their belly and see if that helps. The next spot that we are going to go is into my son's room because we did use it occasionally, and there's a few items I just wanted to talk about and discuss in there with you guys. Let's go. Alright, so there is just one last item I wanted to mention that I believe is an absolute essential must-have that you will need for your little babe, especially if you plan on having more kids, and that is a baby carrier. I have this one, I have this one, I have this one, as well as another one in my car. If you are interested in a review video of the different carriers that I have, leave me a comment below and let me know. I would definitely do that for you guys. But Zeke seriously lived in this like 70% of the day because it was just so much easier than anything else. He wouldn't sleep any other way for a while, so carriers were my absolute best friend. That is all of the baby must-have essentials I think you will need for your little one. Congratulations on your brand new little babe. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for sticking all the way to the end of this video. I will see you in my next one. I love you so much. Bye. You are gonna want.